Hi everybody, this is Pedro with LTS. In this video it's all about Zoli Shotguns. I know it's been a while, I haven't made this video in a long time because I wanted to get the most amount of information for you as possible. We're going to talk about at the end of the video why it took me so long to create this video. So let's start with the gun itself, okay? The gun is the Zoli Z Sport in this case. The Zoli Z Sport has been around for a while, and the Zoli brand can be as confusing as the Perazzi brand, and is actually as easy or easier than the Perazzi brand. So let's start here. Zoli only makes one trigger group. It goes on all of their guns. So when you're looking at all the different Zolis out there that you can buy, just remember, they all have the same internals. You're buying the outside, the shape, the size of the receiver, the barrel length, and the gauge, okay? Now, locking system, also the same locking system across all of their shotguns. So they use this, it doesn't matter if you're buying a hunting gun or if you're buying a $100,000 competition gun, you're getting the same triggers, same locking system, okay? Let's go here, start with the wood. The wood, Turkish walnut at a grade 3 on the very starting point. You have two variations of finish. You have oil finish or urethane, in this case is urethane, and you can also add oil. If you are a shooter, you have those two options. Here's pros and cons of both. Oil finish guns are not completely sealed wood, so therefore your sweat, beard, and sunscreen will go through the finish eventually, and each person is different. I have oil guns, my sweat is not acidic and I don't sweat that much on the face, so my gun stands lasts a little bit longer, but I've seen clients where their finish on the wood just goes away on the same exact gun. It's a person to person, so don't compare your gun to your buddy's gun because it didn't happen to him, it happened to you. Every person is different, acidity is different on everybody. Then you have, of that being said, it is the prettier finish in my opinion, okay? It is the most natural finish. You can always fix little spots on an oil finish. If you ding your wood, you can always fix it, just that little spot and match the around area. On a urethane finish is the most durable finish because it's a lacquer finish over it, almost creating a plastic cover over the wood. Therefore, sweat, beard, rain, sunscreen does not damage the finish or wood. You can clip it clean, wipe it off, and keep the gun looking good. However, if you ding that wood, it is very hard to just fix that little spot. Sometimes not possible at all. We have to strip it all off and redo it. So make sure you understand the two options when buying your next gun. If you're buying your next gun for durability and you're going to put that gun through the ringer and it's going to work like a hammer, then get the urethane, it's very durable. If you want a gun that you don't mind taking care of that oil finish over time, very often in fact, get the oil finish then. And then we're going to go to the triggers. I actually have a trigger group here. As you can see, to me, the Zoli trigger is the prettiest trigger on any shotgun. Gold and blue parts. Let's start with the gold parts. Why gold? Well, it's a titanium coating over the parts. So the parts go through the same finish process that almost every gun shotgun goes through. You know, hardening, fitting, and so on. But they also put a titanium coating over these parts on, especially the sears and hammers where you can see there. The titanium coating increases durability by reducing the friction on the parts and also a higher surface protection against the elements. So they already make a very good trigger. They put titanium coating over it to increase the longevity of those parts, okay? Then you have the blue coating on the springs. The blue coating is to increase lubricity, therefore longevity on the springs. So they make a fantastic trigger group that comes on every shotgun they offer. And not only a very good trigger group, they also try to extend the life of all the parts. To a company that survives off selling guns, having a trigger to increase its performance and longevity, it's a conflict because you need to sell parts, you need to sell guns, you need to sell triggers, but at the same time, Paulo makes sure that these guns go for as long as possible. So if you never met Paulo Zoli before, make sure you do. He's always at the National Shooting Complex during Nationals in October, and to me he's the most by far interesting person in the business. He knows every aspect of this gun and he'll tell you why the parts are coated. Why not just make like everybody else, make the parts, harden them, fit them, and put on the gun? Make sure stop and talk to this man so you can understand every single part of this. And I'm gonna put a link under the video where Rich Cole takes apart the trigger and explains the function of every single part and why they are the way they are. And the triggers on Zoli guns are detachable. So there's a tiny little screw on the bottom right there that comes with a wrench when you purchase the gun. You unscrew it and you can remove the trigger completely from all of their guns. So as you can see, again, the prettiest trigger you can have on a gun. Moving on, you have the locking system and the action. Zoli uses a Boss locking bolt. Okay, a Boss locking bolt, as you know from other videos, to me is the most durable locking bolt you can have, but not all the guns that use the Boss locking bolt are as durable as others. Some Boss locking bolts will last 30 to 40,000 rounds. Some locking bolts like Zoli will last between 50 and 80,000 rounds, all depending on how well you treat your guns. Okay. Now, what makes the difference from one locking bolt to the other on the Boss style? Well, the way the action fits with the monoblock. So barrel to action fit, it is extremely important. You can't just put a extremely hard locking bolt in there and durable and hope that the gun is just gonna work. No, the fit of the monoblock to the action has to do a lot with it. The locking bolt system, as you can see, fits right on the bottom right there, and that goes across all the Zoli guns. Again, hunting or high volume shooting clay gun, it's all the same internals. So you're picking what you want it to look like on the outside. The names will change according to variations of the way it looks. So it is a very simple system. They make one very good trigger, one very good lockup, and they put on every gun. So if you're getting a hunting gun or a clay gun, you're getting the great trigger and the Boss style locking bolt. Then you go to the barrels. The barrels are chromium lined barrels. Okay, Paulo is on the pursuit of the perfect ballistics non-stop. So this barrel is the 6th generation barrel, all about improving ballistics. And Zoli does offer a lifetime guarantee on its barrels. Every gun that leaves a factory in Italy, they have to go to the proof house. The proof house tests the barrels, therefore putting the proof mark under it, that is good to go. Well, Zoli holds the record for the strongest barrel to action fit of any Italian shotgun. Therefore, lifetime warranty on its barrels. The barrels, you have a few variations on the barrels. You have the flat rib style, as you can see here. You do have a mid rib style, which is a step rib on a solid rib. And then you have the adjustable ribs. So it allows you to pick whatever shooting discipline or style you have. I shot the mid-rib on a round of sporting clays for the very first time of any mid-rib gun I ever shot. And you know, I have tested them before, I have played with them before, but I never have shot a round with it. And I was surprised by the handling, the balance, and how well I shot. I shoot only flat rib guns. That's all I shoot. Yeah, I had my backup gun with me that day, and I shot the mid-rib gun better, which made me happy that it was so good, and also upset that now I'm gonna probably have to buy one of these because it shoots so good. It is one of the softest shooting guns you can have, as you would expect for a competition level gun, and a gun at this price point. Now let's talk about the price point. To me, for the quality of gun you're getting, it is the most underpriced gun in the market today. That goes to a few different things. Okay, the reasons for it to being extremely underpriced is Zoli doesn't do any marketing. So you don't see much marketing materials out there. Therefore, that is not included on the price of your gun. They don't put that in there. 2, I met Paolo again in Italy this year in May when I went over, and I asked him a question. If I happened to order 1,000 more guns a year, could you sell? Could you make them? He couldn't. It doesn't look like he's trying to become the largest gun manufacturer in the world, but it does look like he's trying to make the best gun that you can have. So putting the titanium coating and the blue coating on the triggers is expensive to make on every gun. It is an added cost, and yet the price of the gun doesn't reflect it. You don't have any marketing wise. He's not interested in putting a whole bunch of marketing and making some cool commercial and videos for you to see it. But his answer to me was, my shooters will buy the gun by word of mouth. That is how confident he is on his gun. The Zoli itself, you have a few variations in receiver. You have the Z Sport, you have the Evo, which the Evo now is on the side plates right here, on this little section right on the sides, this round area. These are removable and replaceable in weights. So you can remove those and put larger plates in to increase the weight on the receiver. So if you like that, I'm one of those people that do, you can replace those on the Evo option. You have the Expedition, you have the Zoli Pernice, you have variations. They do make custom guns. You can add a custom engraved side plate and engraving. One of my favorite guns is the Vintage Shilling, which is color case hardening with real gold inlay done by Creative Art. It's one of the prettiest guns I ever seen. So you have a lot of different options as far as looks, all the same internals, okay? I can't stress enough how important it is for people to meet Paulo, because since they don't put a lot of money on marketing, actually I don't think they put any money on marketing, you don't get to know the brand. And I met a lot of manufacturers when I went over to Italy. I went to a lot of places. To me, the appreciation that I have for Paulo Zoli, it's unique. I am fascinated for people that are relentless in making something perfect. When you talk, if you never seen him, but you heard him talk, you would imagine he's a crazy scientist, which couldn't be furthest from the truth. But he knows exactly every single part of this gun and why things are the way things are, and he's involved on every aspect of building, creating, processing, testing of these guns. That's all this man wants, is to build the best gun for the money. And then you ask me, Pedro, after saying all of this, why do you shoot Paratis? It's because the one that feels the best to me. I have customers that hate the way the Paratis feel, so that is a personal preference on feeling wise and shooting wise. Again, I shot that mid-rib the same way, as good as I would shoot any other gun I shoot. It is just a personal preference. But I do understand that to get to those guns, they start at $15,000, $16,000, $18,000, $19,000. A Zoli will start at $9,000, which to me is extremely underpriced. Its competitors are higher, and I think the Zoli gun, it might be better than most competition guns that you can buy on the market today. That is my opinion. If you have your opinion, that's great. But mechanically speaking, the way these guns are built, they might be one of the best guns in the market today, or at the very least top 3 in my opinion. Okay? You do have variations in wood, variations in receiver, variations in barrel. The new addition to the Zoli family gun is the lightweight barrels. They removed the ventilated side ribs completely off. So now you have almost like a skeet barrel, but on a 32-inch gun. I shot it and it feels very good. So for those of you that need a lighter barrel option on a competition level gun, you have that option now. So make sure you click on the link below to watch the video that Rich did on this trigger. Make sure, if you have the chance, to stop and talk to Paulo Zoli. And for those of you that like to go to Italy and visit factories, please stop at Zoli and do the tour with Paulo Zoli. I promise you, you'll be very, very hard for you not to want to buy a gun right there and then, because you're talking to an owner that it is on all levels involved on building these guns. That's why when people come to me and want to buy a competition gun, this is one of the guns I put out there. For the money, I guarantee there's absolutely nothing mechanically better than the Zoli at the price point that it starts at. And you can go as high as you want on the price point, making it custom guns done by Creative Art or whatever you want on that gun. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Again, my admiration for Paulo Zoli, it's, you know, it's the pursuit of greatness on that man's head, and he will continue to do so by making the guns better all the time. Every single part that he can make it better, he will make it better, and you don't notice any price increase before doing so. So to me, I applaud that man. I think that what he's doing on these guns are fantastic. If you never shot a Zoli, there's many places. Zoli USA is on many large shoots. You can go to the San Antonio location for Cold Gunsmithing. You can go to Maine. You can come here to Florida, demo one of these guns, and you're gonna be very, very impressed for the type of gun you're getting at the price you're getting. Also, I've been getting a lot of messages for the t-shirt. People want the t-shirt that I'm wearing, where they can get it. Well, I didn't plan on selling any t-shirts when I made this one. It was just for the channel. Because of the amount of messages I've been getting, I finally was able to work with a company that makes them by order. And it's not gonna be this t-shirt, because this one here is very hot for you to go out and shoot. So I actually had this company produce some very cool, lightweight, athletic material shooting shirts, some long sleeves, some short sleeves. The hats are done. They are made by order, so it allows you guys to pick different colors for all these variations of shirts. The link for the shirts and hats will be below on the video too. Make sure to check it out. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.